Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And we're here at the streets of Tokyo, South Inner Loop, I believe. And this is where all the dodgy deals go down at the dockyard. And this is round 7. Oh, God help me, I put that right. Yeah, round 7. Because the driver's brief said round 6. But round 7 is the round that we're at. And yeah, we're on the streets of Tokyo for the GTMC. Ooh, hello, you fool, I love you. Come join the joyride. Join the joyride. So, GTMC, what we got then? What we got? What's that all about, eh? That's what you're asking on round 7. Where have you been? We are going into a beautiful race here where the pilots have picked a manufacturer to present over a 10 race championship, including 20 races, because we have 2 races each round, one in the Group 4 car, and then they move over into the Group 3 car of their chosen manufacturer. And we have a 10-minute qualifying that goes into a 15-minute race on the super soft tyres using just the Group 4 cars, and no pit stops and such what. Then they have a very short break, in my opinion. I mean, I think 6 minutes last time. I'm counting those minutes. A very short, very extremely ridiculously short break between races, and then they take the Group 3 cars out of their said manufacturer, and the only rules in that is you can race for 40 minutes and you've got to use 2 different tyre compounds at some point in that race. Beautiful. We're all up together then. Let's have a look at the table. We've still got at least 2 minutes. Look at me. Look at me. I'm flying tonight, boys. I'm flying. So, ooh, ding. Is this the GTMC? Because again, Homesick Alien at the top of the table with 248 points. A Racer Brown, he's in the Nissan. A Racer Brown in the Toyota is on 233 points in second place. Third place, Skyjacker in the Nissan on 212. Matt Psycho in 4th in the Ferrari on 207 points. Guesty is 5th on 207 points. 6th is Barry Twins, 186 points. 7th, Noxie on 179 points. Jimbo is 8th in 143 points. Ensign you at 9th on 139 points. Bandit is 10th on 137 points. Joker's 11th on 106 points. Liam Anfield, who's had to pull out for pulling too hard, is on 78 points. Pat is 13th. He's pulled out too soon on 60 points. Rido 14th on 10 points. And 15th is Alphana on 5 points. And yes, Matt Psycho, what's his chip? What's his game? Psychological, I'm sure. In the chat then, we've got Matt Psycho saying evening. I'm snubbing you, actually. Snubbed. Or shroud. What is it? What does Dwight do in the office when he's with Andy, when he keeps having to lift it and then put it back down again? It wasn't snubbed though, was it? Bugger. If I remembered, that would have been really cool. Pop reference. Homesick Alien in the chat saying evening. No Racer Brown tonight. No Toyota team altogether. Guesty as well. They weren't allowed into Japan, the streets of Tokyo. I think that's because of Racer Brown's former criminal record, and his exporting business that he's involved in has put a stop to Toyota coming home. I guess it would have been a home race for the Toyotas. They would have loved it. What's going on with the cameras, eh? What the hell? Mama Homesick in the chat saying evening thingy. How are you? Rushed. No, I'm all right. I've chucked food down my throat, so I'm at least fed, but I don't think I had my nicotine quota. But we can all live with it. And my coffee's too hot. Oh, well, first world problems. So yeah, no Racer Brown. So, and what's he done? He's dropped 1 round. They dropped 2 rounds. So that's Racer Brown still in the shout with this one, but it's going to be hard for Homesick Alien to judge. Because I think at the moment, if you took the drop rounds away, Racer Brown is easily ahead of Homesick Alien. So Homesick Alien, he wants to make some hay here. He needs top points. It's going to be Tuesday all over again for the Alien. And he has to rack up those mega points to come back at Mr. Brown while he is in incarceration. Bandit there in 2nd place with Matt Psycho there in 3rd. Matt Psycho, he's been knocking on the door for a while, and with the exclusion of the Toyotas, this could be his day to shine, and we will keep our limbs crossed for him. Daz in the chat saying evening all. Hi, you Daz, how's it going, me old mucker? Jokus out there, he's been having some good showings in the Beamer. Him and Noxie. Are they going to take this race by storm? And there's what has turned out to be a rather fast car. Jim in the 2nd Ferrari. We've seen him unlocking some of the potential of that Ferrari, getting similar lap times to his teammate. It's just the car is so skittish and so much, unmanageable. He just hasn't been able to string a good couple together yet. But when it happens, it's going to explode all over your face. It's going to be a Ferrari Bukkake, I tell thee. Do not Google that. Noxie. And there's Homesick. He's put time in. Matt Psycho in the Ferrari. Woof woof. And Beamer boy Jokus anointed. Going 2nd fastest in the BMW. And that's put Homesick Alien down into 3rd spot, with Bandit holding 4th as Bazza goes across the line. The Noxter good for 5th at the moment, only 2.8 seconds off. And Mr. Psycho into the pits. He can't beat it, he says. He can't beat it. He's done. I don't know what that's about. Or maybe he just wants new, fresh tyres. He has. He's gone for new, fresh tyres. It's a long outlap, so he's going for a 2-run qualifying here. He's a 2nd ahead of the BMW, who is 400ths ahead of Homesick Alien in 3rd. Bandit a great 4th in the Merc Bull. Then Noxie in the other BMW. Jim getting something good out of that Ferrari, 6th place so far. The Baz, 7th fastest in the Porsche. Ensign Ewart fighting the Honda, and he's managed 8th out of it so far. And it looks like Skyjacker is only just out of the pits. He's been fiddling with himself or something, because he's on the back foot. Oh no, he must have, I don't know what's going on. Because he's got an outlap, but he hasn't racked up any other laps, so I'm sure he's just going for the 1 run then, I take it. Well, he's got, I don't know, what's the lap time? That's 2:05. It's not too bad, isn't it? Yeah, so Skyjacker must have gone back in to change tyres. The same tactic being deployed by Matt Psycho. Let's have a look at a couple of his sectors, and we'll cross-reference them with Skyjacker's sectors. I think Skyjacker is further ahead. Nice use of the barrier there as Homesick Alien goes up into 2nd, and Bandit goes faster again, and Jokus goes faster but loses a spot to Jim, and Noxie slips it right in there in 2nd place as we wait for a sector time from the pole sitter at the moment. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter. It looks like he's got the field beat. Bazza again goes in and goes 7th fastest, just behind the Mercedes. Ensign Ewart 7th with the I haven't looked at one sector. I keep looking at other things like the chat, then looking at the table. I didn't even tell you the manufacturer's table. We'll slip it in there somewhere. That's what she said. So Matt Psycho, we're going to just watch his whole lap. You probably saw the sectors. Look at the control he's got through there, poking that nose in where it does not belong, straight on the apex, and the rear has just got to follow. And that was delicious, delicious. And he goes across the line to take, not pole, not further on anyway. It must have been. He said it's gone faster. No one else has gone faster. That was weird. I don't know. Skyjacker, he plums in there in 6th. It looks like the Nissan, although it likes to go fast in a straight line, is looking a bit mule-esque here. Oof. And, is the Nissan too cumbersome for the streets of Tokyo? As Matt Psycho in Ferrari sitting on pole at the moment. Noxie in the BMW, second fastest. We've still got time on the clock. They're still running. Homesick Alien, third fastest so far. I don't know why the guy's pitted, because it doesn't look like there's tyre wear on anyway. So unsure with Matt Psycho. It must be a psychological thing. Get themselves built up, all revved up. I heard McLaren used to do that to James Hunt. They'd sit him up and get him all revved up, and he'd be screaming at him to let him out onto the track, and then he'd go out and do a blistering lap. So Bandit down in 7th. We saw him sitting nice and comfortable, just behind Homesick Alien in 4th. He slipped a little. He's done a 2:05.7 his last time around. Only 2/10, and someone else has gone in there as well. The Baz has gone second fastest. My God, Baz Attack. And I mean, he does see that there's a lot of barriers here, and we know he's got a thing for barriers, as our Barry. And Ensign again putting a time in there, but not in the top 8 that I can see. No, and the little Honda letting him down. And he'll be counting off the days for when he can get rid of that Honda and never drive it ever again. I don't think he enjoys that one at all. So 4/10 off of Matt Psycho's time as Bazza. Matt's getting himself a couple of purples as he makes his way around the final part of the track, heading down the straight to get purple. 2:03.7. Homesick Alien, the championship leader and reigning champion, under the cost here. It's good that the Toyotas aren't here, but he needs maximum points out of this whilst Toyotas are away. As we head up a 10th down on his fastest, he's over a second from pole time. This is so taut. Sorry, I'll have a quick look at Noxie. He's coming around near the end. He's sat behind Jim on track, and I don't know if that's a hindrance or a help at this point. Jokers as well coming around just behind the Baz. Homesick Alien does go faster, 3rd. Bandit's gone faster as well. Jokers goes faster up to 5th. So does Jim. Oh, they're all swapping now. And Noxie goes faster as well, up into 2nd place. My word, this qualifying is electric. It's alive. It's growing. It's mutating. It's evolving. And Matt Psycho hasn't been knocked off pole from the first lap they've put down. And Matt Psycho is here to get dirty. Noxie then in 2nd, showing the potential of that BMW in a straight line, is up to it. And Ensign again going faster, but still not cracking into the top 8. And Bandit just 900ths ahead of him, and Bandit at the moment, they're all on a run. It'll be their final run. Someone is coming up to the line. Let's see if we can find him. It's a Mr. Psycho, the first across the line, and then he's just got to sit there and wait to see if his pole is safe, but nearly 6/10 ahead of Noxie at the moment. Is he going to shift it a little further out of his reach? He does not. So who's the next? Someone's just coming around that last corner. Come on, quick. And it's Skyjacker coming up to the line. Can he better 7th? It doesn't look like he's gonna. No, that's a shame. Then we've got a whole crew of cars here, and that's the top one we're looking at. Homesick Alien. My word, this is a taut qualifying session with it moving. That's enough to get ahead of Bazza, but Bazza's behind him on a run at the moment. So homesick Alien doing all he can, but at the moment only able to maybe attack the Porsche on this qualifying. But he's not got the time there for a pole. Who's that? He goes faster ahead of the Baz. Oh no, wrong car. Bandit goes faster, he doesn't move. Jokers goes faster, and Jim goes up to 4th. Wow, that was a hectic end. Did you all have to be so close? And the Bazza is yet to cross, and it's all down to the Baz. And now he gets across that line. He does go faster than Jim. No. Hey, how's that worked? He didn't go faster than Jim. 2:04.9. Oh, they've set the same time, and it's put Bazza ahead. They've done exactly the same time, a 2:04.903, and Jim has done a 2:04.903, but he set it after the Baz, and it's put him behind him. And I'm sorry if I didn't cover that grid all too clear there, because wow, that was hectic. In the chat, Skyjacker saying, got stuck behind Peeps. Headphone went flat and sound isn't right in my ears now, so all thrown off. Poor quality by me. Matt Cycle's on pole, Noxie second, Homesick Alien third, Barry Twins is in 4th, Jim 5th, Joker 6th, Skyjacker 7th, Bandit in 8th, and Ensenua in 9th. That is a very tight looking piece of road there, and these cars are going to tear away at it. Hi, Billy, and they're off. That was quicker than I expected, and Homesick Alien getting a very good start next to Noxie. Change the camera, thank you very much. So Matt Psycho, he stays in that lead, but Homesick Alien, a force off of the line. Unbelievable lightning reactions from the Alien there. It's unworldly. And Noxie there, slipping back to 3rd. Jokers moves up ahead of the Baz, who slips down to 5th, and Jim in 6th, with Skyjacker 7th, Bandit in 8th. Everyone is where they started from then on. And it's all about, can Matt Psycho protect that lead? No. It looks like the Alien already is trying, but Matt Psycho's got the inside line. When it comes to the hairpin, there's been contact. Homesick Alien's had to go out wide, and now Noxie's having a look at the race, and Matt Psycho continues on, and Homesick Alien thinks he probably could have been given a little space, possibly. Where Matt Psycho then, he aims to win it, and he doesn't want to mess around as he has a little knock with the barrier. That's got to help Noxie out. He's moved over. Oh, he's redressing. Sorry, Matt, I didn't want to pressure into that. It was a little knock. Homesick went wide, but yeah, Matt Psycho slots in behind Homesick Alien to redress, I guess, but it's not my call. I wasn't saying he had to, but that has put Sir Noxie of Noxalot in the lead, but Homesick Alien, no compassion in the man. Aliens feel no emotion, just that Spock, and here comes Homesick Alien to destroy Noxie's dreams. All his hopes and his dreams all wrapped up in that blue, red and black BMW. And Homesick Alien, he says, sod you, I've got a championship to protect, a championship lead to protect and crown. Matt Psycho then, oh, what a darn shame. But there still is time in this race. But at the moment, it looks like Homesick Alien, a man possessed, and Noxie trying his best to stay ahead of the Nissan. The BMW's got to have somewhere along here a bit of an advantage. He's pulled a little bit out to the Alien there, so maybe it's through the wiggles. But down the straight line, I imagine the Nissan is almighty, all-powerful, as Noxie crosses the line in the lead of the race, with Homesick Alien in 2nd. There is Matt Psycho in 3rd, and Barry Twins 4th. Ensign Ewart's up to 5th, my word. From the back, up to 5th. Ensign Ewart has taken this race by storm. Jim in 6th. Sorry guys, I haven't been watching you lot down here. Jokus in 7th, with Skyjacker in 8th and Bandit in 9th, so there's been changes there. Ensenua, he's slipped by everyone. How amazing. Noxie still leads from Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho is still in the chase, and so is the Baz. The Baz is not far behind at all, and Ensenua making hay, but he's got Jim breathing down his neck heavily. Saying something, I'm sure, sexy in Italian and an Essex accent as they head. I tell you what, that is, ooh, beautiful. And a little nudge. No, one thing I've got to must say about this track that I hate is that weird sound that they put in there when, I don't know if you're driving past lampposts or something, but it's thud, thud, thud. I don't get it. But here we go then. You can see Jim now, Ensign Ewart, the Honda, it looks to be pulling away, but then when you get to the top end of these cars, it looks like the Ferrari is starting to drag the Honda back again as they go heavy on the brakes. Noxie still leads this race from Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho in third. We're looking at Ensign Ewart from the point of view of Jim. He's only 8 tenths ahead of the Jokers, and this is, oh, I've just ruined that booger. Stick with me. Oh, what am I doing? I'm losing my whole mind. It's that button. And so the Noxter leads this race. Homesick Alien in second, Matt Psycho in third. Barry Twins slipping back 2 seconds behind them, with Ensign Ewart 2.5 seconds behind the Baz. Jim's only a second behind Ensign Ewart, but he's got Jokers 3 tenths behind him, and Jokers is alive, I tell thee. And he aims to do well in that BMW. He knows he's got the HP. And Skyjacker then in 8th. He hasn't got that Nissan to sing quite yet around here. And what's happening up at the front? Wow, 1.8 second lead. And a Matt Psycho is going in for the kill. Going in for the kill. Doing it for the thrill. And he's going around the outside. And beautiful stuff. Homesick Alien, loads of respect there. He could have made that very awkward for Matt Psycho, but he gave him plenty of space. And now Matt Psycho up into second, but Homesick Alien, maybe he knows he just doesn't have the oomph to stick with Noxie, and he's using the Ferrari to help him along. You never know with these tracks with long straights. There's all sorts of shenanigans that can happen. And Bazza getting a little closer to that train ahead of him. Then we've got Ensign Ewart up into 5th, with Jim chasing him down, getting ever closer, 4 tenths now. And they're bringing Jokers along, who's bringing Skyjacker along. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves a race, and Skyjacker having a look up the inside, late on the brakes. He's got to avoid the Ferrari as well, and that's the problem. When there's cars racing in front of you, you try and get a move, and there's a guy in front of you getting a move on, and that helped Jokers though. Jokers through, and now he's having store-banging sessions with the Jim, and he's taking no prisoners. Is Jokers, he means it. But Jim's got that inside line, and Jim just eases Jokers back to where he should be, and Jokers' sudden movement there catches Skyjacker out, and they're back on it again, and Ensign Ewart is the biggest loser in that fight. So there you go. Jim now 5 seconds, though he's lost on the Baz, and we have got 8.5 minutes left of this race, and if he drives like that, he'll soon be back with the Baz. And at the moment they've got Jokers trying to defend from Skyjacker. He was on the attack with Jim, but now he's got to defend from Yjacker. Ensign Ewart in 8th. He's got a great point of view there to have a good watch, and Bandit slipping down to 9th. Bandit was so fast in qualifying, and something has gone awry in that Merc Bull. And Noxie still leads 2.2 seconds. Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien still having a ding-a-ling-a-dong-dong, ding-dang-do. A bebop-a-looba, a wap-bamboo. A shanna-nana-nana, cha-shanna-nan-nan. A looba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doop. That is what Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien are having a go. We go together like sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lang. We mean together like chang chang chang-a-lang-ta-dang. Yes, so Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho, wowzers, having themselves a ding-dong of a race, and it's all good in the hood for Noxie. This is beautiful, although he was 2.2 seconds. Oh, and Homesick Alien trying to have a look around the outside of the Ferrari, and all he found was a barrier. And if he's not careful, he's going to find another barrier. And there's Jim still there in 5th. Skyjacker's managed to get past Jokers. Oh no, things have gone absolutely Pete Tong for Jocus there. He slipped down to 8th place, and that's put Ensign Hewitt back up, and Skyjacker now setting chase for the Ferrari. But we've seen in the battle above, the Ferrari has got more than enough to deal with the Nissan, as Matt Psycho starts pulling away now from Homesick Alien, and he really does have to start defending from the Porsche. My word. Noxie though, now that's not what Noxie needs though, does he? He wants Matt Psycho to be in the battles. Obviously got 6 minutes. He's had some fine wins on Friday nights, has Noxie. And this looks like we are seeing the birth of Noxie stepping up to the big boys. And the big boys better get fearful, because Noxie is on fire. And so Noxie's last lap, 205.7. Matt Psycho, 205.7. Nothing between them. And it's going to be a race where it's going to be full on 100% concentration, laser focus out there from these guys, and try and look after those tyres. Although to me, oh yeah, Homesick is wearing his very slightly, and that is giving Bazza all kinds of feelings, all kind of little, and Bazza could be on for a podium. Could you imagine how crazy the commentator will go? So Bazza going for a move on the Alien. Homesick Alien though keeping to the inside of the hairpin, and Bazza, no room there, my friend. But he gets back on the back of the Nissan, and he's back onto full attack. Jimbo, he's pulled himself a little breathing space from Skyjacker there, and just like his counterpart up the pointy end of the pack, he's starting to pull away. And he's flying. He's absolutely flying. Skyjacker then 6th. Ensign Hewitt in 7th. He's still in touch with Skyjacker. Skyjacker's just one mistake from having an Ensign Hewitt headache. And Joker's there staying ahead of the Bandit. And it looks like that Merc is not happy around this track. Meanwhile, Noxie, oh my God, it's only 7/10. We've got 4 minutes left to go. And don't do Matt Psycho, don't do it. He's just done a 205.0 with Noxie doing a 206.2, and this is where the pressure cooker starts getting turned up. And Noxie, he knows he can do it. He's got the speed. Come on, Noxie. Come on, Noxie. I love you, Matt, but come on, Noxie. On every apex, mate. Get every brake in right. Do it all perfect. On board with Sir Noxie of Noxalot as he gets onto that accelerator, goes up the gears, 5th gear, he's chasing, he's running away now, and he's trying to stay ahead of that yellow Ferrari as he makes his way around the streets of Tokyo, looking for that first win. 3.5 minutes on the clock, and he's hearing the voice of his mentor Talleyrand in the back of his voice saying, calm, use the force, Noxie, let go of your feelings. Oh my God, I can't watch, it's stressful. Matt Psycho going for that wide line out and tight line in, getting a beautiful drive to try and propel himself down towards that BMW. The BMW clinging on for dear life, but he's maintaining in certain parts of the track. But Noxie getting purples even. This is his answer to you, Matt Psycho. He's going purple. And Matt Psycho, though, relentless in his efforts to try and come back at the BMW after his trip with Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien seems to have survived the Barry twins onslaught, and now Homesick Alien looks set steady for 3rd place. Bazza in 4th, Jim in 5th. He's dropped Skyjacker now. Skyjacker still with Ensign Hewitt as a headache. Jokers is getting closer to Bandit, who are there in 8th and 9th. Now we have Noxie, and Noxie's had a little knock with the barrier. Matt Psycho will be loving them sparks as he closes ever up. He's clearing up alongside him, and boo, boo, the crowd, you can hear them. Boo, boo. And Noxie, though, trying to come back. Oh, in all fairness, for those that don't, he said I was being biased towards him in the last round, so I wasn't really seriously booing Matt Psycho, but he did make a comment about me being biased between him and his teammate. So Pat saying, cue Jaws music. It was Predator, isn't he? He's a Predator. But it's not over, because now Noxie has got the toe, and Noxie's got a very fast BMW. Tyres are minimal between the two of them, and Noxie has got every chance with 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. They could possibly get another lap, just these two on their own. Homesick Alien driving for that podium position. Bazza's coming back at him though. Bazza's finding something, he's digging deep in the final lap. Then we've got the Jim way ahead of Skyjacker in 6th, Ensign at 7th, always a second behind Skyjacker, and that's still very tight. Joker's in 8th, and he's a second ahead of the Bandit. Anything could happen. And now here we go, there's Noxie closing in on the Ferrari. And but the Ferrari trying to be as wide as possible, as clean as possible. And look, we can see Noxie's a lot faster in this part of the track as they come around. 28 seconds on the clock. Will they get to the line? And Noxie's going to go for a do or die. No, he's not. He's back to Harvey. Good lad. Get the toe, get the first corner. 20 seconds on the clock as they head down towards the finish line, and these two will definitely have to do it for another lap. Noxie right there with the Ferrari, and anything can happen, and it probably will. Homesick Alien then comes up to the line. He's got through, and so's Bazza. So Homesick Alien not safe whatsoever with the Baz applying the pressure like he is. Jimbo, he gets across the line as well. Blooming heck, and it's Skyjacker that finishes in 6th, a place ahead of his qualifying, and Ensign in 7th. Jokers gets 8th, and Bandit brings it home for 9th. And Matt Psycho, they're side by side going to the hairpin, but Matt Psycho's got the inside line, and Noxie doesn't care. He's going in for it. Oh no, he's still there though. He's still there. There's still fight. There's still fight left in this race yet, as Noxie gives it, deploys everything. He's deploying he's hitting every button on his wheel. He's trying to find some sort of secret boost button in that BMW to try and come back at the Ferrari. Homesick Alien still fending off the Baz. And oh my word, the Baz had a gallant battle right there. It's not over yet as Matt Psycho driving for the win. And Noxie making him work for it. And at the moment, Matt Psycho though, seems like in the longer stretches he's all right. It's when the road starts changing direction is when the Ferrari seems to struggle, and Noxie really slinging it in there. Oh, and too much. He really went for it, didn't he? And I think it's going to be tough for him to pull that time back now. 7 tenths in half a lap is going to be he went for it though, do or die, and he gave us an absolute stormer of a show. This is where the Beamer is a lot stronger than the Ferrari. This is where I thought he was going to wait, but there isn't really much overtaking positions around here. Even that corner is rather sweeping, so there's just no room. But it's Matt Psycho then who's taking the win. Superb stuff, Mr. Psycho, brilliant. Noxie, fantastic second place. And is Homesick Alien going to get that podium, or is Bazza going to get it? And it's Homesick Alien, take a boo, my son, with Bazza getting 4th, and Jimbo bringing the Ferrari home for 5th. Great drive from Jim. Exciting racing had by all. Very nice. It's nice, yeah. And there he goes. He's got a matching uniform. I love it. Very nice. And a great win from Mr. Psycho, even though I heard some of the crowd, not all of the crowd, but some of the crowd were booing him. I think we had some Noxie fans in, is all. So Matt Psycho takes the win, and I think that could be Ferrari's first win of the season. I don't want to get too excited because I think he might have won one. No, there's no golds along there. Plenty of blues and bronzes, silvers and bronzes, but no golds. So well done, Mr. Psycho. Ferrari's first win, round 7 of the GTMC. He has been threatening in the last few races, it has to be said. It's been coming. And unfortunate for Noxie, today was the day it came. But Noxie, great Great drive. He's got to drive away. He's got to walk away from that feeling good. And a great second place and a lovely little silver medal. Homesick Alien in third. He's trying to get maximum points out of this, but I think he has the wrong weapon for it, and he's probably just very lucky that the Toyotas were impounded and Racer Brown thrown in jail. And Barry Twins 4-4 Porsche. What a great showing. Great points with that battle with Ferrari, because he's ended up ahead of the Ferrari again in the manufacturers. We haven't moved on to the manufacturers yet. I will tell you something about that. And Skyjacker coming home sixth in the Nissan, which shows that the Nissan is a little bit of a pig around Tokyo. Ensign Ewart seventh in the Honda. And, he's ended up ahead of the BMW of Jokus, and that was looking like a threat early doors in that race. So Ensign Ewart, he can count that one. Chalk that one up. And happy days with Bandit coming home in ninth, which is weird because at the beginning of qualifying, the Merc started looking rather strong, but slipped away as qualifying carried on, and it didn't really figure in the race, unfortunately. Matt Psycho got your fastest lap with a 2:04.572. What a very clever boy. What a very nice man. What very, very nice man. It's a very nice man. It's a very nice man. Very, very nice man. You're a very nice man. Hey, how close did Noxie finish behind him? Noxie, you want to ask Homesick to put an incident in. Now, I know it's not quite racing. It isn't exactly sporting, but that's what all the F1 teams do. If he gets a 5-second penalty for that knock on Homesick Alien, he did redress, so he won't get the 15-second penalty for not redressing. But if he gets a 5-second penalty for not redressing, you get the win. Not that I'm condoning that sort of racing, it's ridiculous. So P7, number 7 is the number 2045. Oh, it's a bit better. He's given me a bit more time than 6 minutes like last week. But that's the Red Bull and Mercedes way of doing racing. So, and it is the plight of Ferrari. Isn't Ferrari usually the one that all the teams put in the penalties for? And so let's have a look. Ensign Ewart saying, evening all, sent from my padded cell, otherwise known as the NSX. I think he likes it. Matt Psycho saying, sorry, homesick, cold tyres wouldn't turn. Matt Psycho saying, oi thingy. And Matt Psycho saying, oi again. Oh, you give me 2 ois. Don't listen to this back, dude. P7, so we finished in P7. Let me see if I can. That's near enough the whole grid, you know. It's only poor Jokus and Bandit that don't gain out of that. That's Skyjacker's position, isn't it? No, he didn't finish, did he? No, it's Ensign Ewart on pole in the Honda. I think that's Ensign. Has to start on pole. That is a shocker. I don't think they should put it. I don't condone it, Mr. Psycho. I didn't say I condoned it. I just said that is the sort of thing that an F1 team would do. Oh, I wonder if the stewards would even look at it interested. I don't know. No, I've never seen anyone put in a incident on someone else's behalf, you know. I've seen someone put an incident on themselves, but I've never seen someone do it on someone else's behalf. But Noxie in Homesick, quite friendly. I'm sure Noxie wouldn't mind putting in a... Nah. It'd be a racing incident, man. It's like you said, it was cold tyres, first lap. There was nothing in it. You redressed. I think they'd just say it was a racing incident. I don't think that would be... I don't even think you'd get 5 seconds for it, in all fairness. If it came up in the stewards and I had to put my opinion, I'd say it's unfortunate, but it was first lap. Homesick was on the outside. It was, no grip. You could see it wasn't intentional. So, racing incident. So you're all right, Matt. You can breathe again. Right, I don't know why I'm gabbing away with you, because Skyjack is so tight with his times. I've got to go. I'll see you soon. Alright. You're here with me, Thingy Man Jig and the Lump. Coming to you on Wacky Thursday. And don't forget the question we put out to you about what have you sat on today. Let's go to the texts. My ass. Yes, that's a good one. His face. Oh, yeah. Santa's pole. Well, it's conclusive. Everyone sat on Santa's pole today on Wacky Thursday. Now, some Shania Twain with Man, I Feel Like a Woman. How do? Right then, so we've had a little break, and we're hitting it hard now with the Group 3 cars. What camera angle is that? That must have made you lot feel absolutely sick. So we'll have a look at that manufacturer's table. They are going to be going very soon. It's nearly our time. What time is it? 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 Our time. See, Skyjacker hasn't got a Y song. There's an R song though. What time is it? Our time. What time is it? Our time. What time is it? Our time. So then, Skyjacker says, oh, hang on, where are we? Yeah, Skyjacker says, we only look at stuff when it's submitted. We wouldn't allow submissions on others' behalf. Oh. Pat says, it's mute anyway, it was a racing incident. Pat says, not sure that's allowed for an incident to be done, not including the person who reported it. And Skyjacker said, tight with my times. You've been given 13 minutes. Like it, boy. Know your place. Our time. What time is it? 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 Our time. Let's hang an R. Skyjacker, can you see the R's? Can you see the R's? Skyjacker. Skyjacker, can you see the R's? Skyjacker, here's my R's. Right then, let's get sensible, shall we? I didn't even tell you the manufacturer. You know, if you go to a website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, you can look at all the current tables for yourself, and you don't have me ruining it. So Ensign is on pole, like I said, Skyjack second, Jim in third, Barry in fourth, Homescale in fifth, and Noxie sixth, that's like a seventh, Bandit eighth, and Joker's ninth. How's that worked out? Why is Joker's ninth? Did Bandit get ahead? Oh yeah, no. Reversed from seventh. I don't quite understand that. Has Joker's left? Possibly not. Oh no, has he? Hang on. It's a rolling start. I am so not with it, am I? No, Joker's is there. That's odd. But I don't think if anyone complains, it's only one position, isn't it? So Ensign Hewitt leads them away. And no, he's ghosted, so I reckon he's going to say something. I don't know. At the moment, Sky, and there we go. Big exit. Big, huge exit. And do you know what this means, ladies and gentlemen? That means we won. We won because the R's got to him. The R's got to him. They crept under his skin. He likes to pretend he doesn't give a shit, but he does. What time is it? Our time. What time is it? Not yet. Our time. Joker's just reminding him. Wrong grid. A little bit. It was all good except for the last two that seemed to be reversed. Oh. It's all good fun until the grid gets them wrong. And he started, look, he's not messing about. He's not even asking. He doesn't want the embarrassment. Oh, look, my coffee is just in the perfect position. For a glug. I'll tell you one thing, I don't usually say good things about GT7, but I was part of covering a race at this very same track on GT7, and in the dark, the lighting, they're not all yellow. The lighting is so much better. You see the cars. And that's not me saying, oh, look. I have moaned about this track before at night. It's awful. It's just yellow car after yellow car. Here we go then. Ensign Newart's going for super soft. Skyjacker on softs. Jim's on the softs. Baz is on the softs. Homesick Alien soft. Noxie's gone for soft. Matt Psycho soft. Jokus is on the soft and Bandit on the soft, so it's only Ensign going for the super softs early doors, and there will be pit stops, not just one, not just two, probably three, because this track is a fuel consumer, and we will see. So Ensign Newart off to a blinding start at the moment with Skyjacker setting chase, and Jimbo, their Ferrari looks white, doesn't it now, in the yellow lights. Oh, there's movement already. Skyjacker wasting no time. No rest for the wicked, as Skyjacker says, but Ensign Newart's got a lovely big gap to drive into there, but he doesn't. He's a bit heavier on the brakes, and Jim's almost up and upon him, with the Bazza having a look as well. And yeah, beautiful stuff from the Ferrari and the Porsche, racing early doors. Homesick Alien trying to keep Matt Psycho behind him again, and it's a little bottle logjam there. Oh, and the Matt Psycho's Ferrari not wanting to sit on the road, with Jokus in 7th in the BMW, and Noxie down there with him in 8th. Oh yeah, because it was reverse grid, and Jokus putting one on his teammate. Nice touch. And Bandit there in the Merc Bull. And Skyjacker then takes the lead, 1.2 seconds ahead of Ensign. Jimbo, he's sort of edged away a little bit from the Baz. And who's this movement here? Matt Psycho going for the outside around Homesick Alien and getting it to stick. My good golly gosh. That deserves a replay, doesn't it? It really does. It deserves to be seen again in its all. There he goes around the outside, just keeps it planted out there. And yeah, beautiful move early doors. And this is not going to plan for Homesick Alien at the moment. He needs to be getting maximumo points, and he's not getting them. With Jokus there closing in on the Alien, but the Alien down the straight on the Ferrari is looking very strong, very phenomenal. And is he going to get a piece? Oh, there's a bit of a barrier hit ahead of him by Barry. Barry hit a barrier, but it hasn't affected him too much. He's still ahead of the Ferrari, with the Homesick Alien pulling alongside. And it's, oh, is he going to try and go the outside? Like, oh, but he's got a Beamer. No, a Barry Twins right there. I think he had to get on the brakes. He was hoping to fully commit to that one, but he came across the Baz a little too soon. And Matt Psycho then keeps hold of that fifth again from Homesick Alien, as Jokus and Noxie continue their Beamer Boy battle. And the Merc Bull is just... Well, I don't think the Merc's any good. I tried it for about 3 races at this, and it just, I never enjoyed driving it. Heavy car, doesn't want to go around corners. Skyjacker then 8/10 ahead of Ensign Newart, who's doing well in that Honda. He's pulled away from the Jimbo, but we don't know if anyone's managing their cars or if they're just going balls out, balls to the walls, and all of that. Matt Psycho, he's not only done Homesick Alien, he's done Bazza, but he's done himself. And now Bazza's ahead of him, and Homesick is behind him again. So, Matt Psycho getting excited on the brakes there. Homesick Alien in 6th. There we got his Jokus in 7th, still ahead of his teammate and Noxter in 8th place. And Skyjacker still in the lead of this race, being chased by the Honda. But he's got the Honda in his pocket, I think. They're pulled away from Jim, and Jim staying ahead of the Beamer, but the Beamer has got Jim's teammate all up and in his business. And it looks like the Ferrari can't quite get it done down the straight, and Bazza sticking it there on his racing line, and Matt Psycho unable to do anything about the Baz just yet, but he's going for another look, and he tucks in. No, he doesn't. Oh, he's all a bit sort of unsure as Matt Psycho looks to get the move, and Homesick Alien might try and pull a sneaky one here as they're racing, and whoa, Matt Psycho very wide And yeah, they're all coming ploughing by. And Mr. Psycho though, trying to assert his dominance, and it looks like Joker's had a wiggle on there, trying to avoid, and Noxie's come through. And Matt Psycho there in 5th, losing only the position to Homesick Alien. Lucky really, because the Beamers were all up and about his person, and the Ferrari still looking sketchy as you like. Shady, mate, shady. That's so shady. And Bandit there in 9th. But Skyjacker is leading this race by 1.2 seconds. It's a 40-minute race. They've got to use 2 different compounds, but at the moment Skyjacker has got it all in hand. And so let's have a look, shall we? Shall we have a look at how people are doing with fuel and such what? Skyjacker there, you can see he's way beyond the 3/4 mark. What are we going to say? 60% fuel? I'd say 60% fuel we're going to go with. Looks about. I'm going to start guesstimating, because I never know how to explain it when it's in between the two, so I'm going to say that's about 60%. Ensign Ewart, ooh, 55%. 55%, and that's being a little generous. He's closer to 50%, 53%. Bazza, he's about 54, 56. He's a little bit more than Ensign. Jimbo, all up with the Baz, about 52% fuel on board, with Homesick Alien looking good at what, 62%. Matt Psycho 54%. Noxie, he's on about 53%. Jokers 51%, and Bandit on about 55%. And Pat's going, where are you getting them percentages from? Because they're not anywhere near. I can agree about the Merc. I wasn't keen on it, but it worked well for the design I had. Looks lovely. It looks real pretty. She looks real pretty, Pat. She drives like a hog. So Skyjacker 1.4 second lead on Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart 3.8 seconds now. And look at the battle we've got down here. We've got what? We've got Ferraris, we've got Porsches, we've got Nissans, and it's delicious how we get on board with the Alien to see how intense this really is. And there you can see Matt Psycho looking up the inside of the Baz and his teammate. He's gone for a double take. Oh, Jimbo's lost the car. Jimbo's lost the car. Oh my good God, golly gosh. And I do not know what to say. I cannot. There are no words. Oh, you're so lucky. It wouldn't let me do the replay. Oh, I pressed it too late. It's too late. You're not going to get a replay. Oh, you just got the end of the spin. Buggering heck. Oof, nearly went into the pits. Poor Jimbo. Poor Jimbo. It's very tight in there. So Skyjacker is the leader. 1.7 seconds ahead of Ensign Ewart. He did have the fastest lap. Someone must have just taken that off him, Mr. Psycho. Matt Psycho up into 3rd place at 56.7. And that man means business today on the streets of Tokyo. He's got a point to prove. He's living life 1/4 of a mile at a time. Homesick Alien then 4th place, a race that he could do with as many points as he possibly can get, whilst the Toyotas have been impounded. He puts it in the lining of the seats. See, that's how he gets that stuff across the border. That Toyota is a mule, a drug mule. He just packs it full and shifts it from one race to another, and then offloads it. That's how the Toyota is funded, from Racer Brown's shady deals. Skyjacker then, I don't know where it's come from, because he seems like the most nicest fella every time I've had any encounters with him. I don't know where, because he misses a lot of races. It's shady. He must be doing something. So Skyjacker 2.6 seconds in the lead. Ensign Ewart, and he's never mentioned it to me. He's never actually said to me, like, where has all this Escobar stuff come from? I don't know. He jumps out of the aeroplanes. The man's a nutter. He's not shady one bit, but he's never questioned it. So weird. So I keep saying it until he says something like, can you leave that out? I don't even know where you got that from. So Ensign Ewer then, 3 seconds adrift of Skyjacker, 2.5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, but Matt Psycho is on the surge. Ooh, motion detected. Is someone coming round? Oh. Next door have come round. I thought they were going to pray for us or something. So Matt Psycho then up into third. Homesick Alien in fourth. Someone's at the front door. Thanks, Alexa. Very kind of you. Like the bloody Jetsons in here. So Homesick Alien fourth, just behind Matt Psycho. And look at Noxie. Where's Noxie come from? And Jokers. Bandit. We've had some pit stops. We've got to have had some pit stops. The Baz, yeah, he must have pitted on lap 4. No. And Jimbo. We saw Jimbo have an issue. We remember, and he's pitted. He's pitted, he's put some super softs on, filled up with fuel, and he's trying to shake off that icky feeling that he's got. And the Baz, I cannot say. On lap 4, he did a 2:10. And that's some 12 seconds, 13 seconds slower than he's gone around here. So, and he hasn't pitted. So I'm imagining it's his room's probably started spinning. So Skyjack a 5.3 second lead in this race. Ensign Ewer just now being caught by the Ferrari, and Ensign Ewer decides this is the time to go in to the pits. Where are we? About 12 minutes into the race, 11 minutes into the 40-minute race. And Matt Psycho then second place, Skyjacker in the lead with Homesick Alien up to third now, because I don't know why, because Ensign Ewer pitted, that's why. And Bazza slipped out of it. Noxie then in fourth, and he's starting to make a race of this with his teammate Jokers just 3 seconds behind, and it's looking very juicy up front. We've still 28 minutes on the clock, and Bandit solid drive ahead of the Baz as Ensign Ewer comes out of the pits. He can't be that far ahead of Jim. Oh, he is. Oh, Jim's spin really hurt him. So Ensign Ewer then in 8th place, 24 seconds behind Baz, but really Jim's pitted as well. But Ensign Ewer was in second and pitted. So he's put a set of racing softs on, he's gone full tank. With Skyjacker then, I'd say 24.5% fuel left on board that car, and that's exactly the same for Matt Psycho, as he's 4.6 seconds behind Skyjacker, but gaining rapidly. Skyjacker 0.5, half a second faster that last lap. Noxie, he's probably on about 23% fuel. With Homesick Alien, I'd say 28% fuel, 28% fuel, I'm sticking with that. Jokers, he's on about 5% fuel now. And will need to pit at the end of this lap as he hits a little barrier there. Bandit's done very well, he's still on 25% fuel, as Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien both go into pit, and Homesick Alien's going to be in the pits less time than Matt Psycho. Skyjacker, what we're going to say, 10%, 11% fuel on that board or that bad boy? No, I will give him benefit, 12.5, because it's about midway in it. 12.5% fuel. Matt Psycho probably on about 10% fuel. Bandit, 24% fuel. And the Baz, he's probably on about 20%. Just guesses. Just absolute guesses. So Matt Psycho out. Oh, Ensign Ewer slipping by the Alien, I believe there. Homesick Alien, I think, initially got out the pits ahead of the Ensign, but Ensign Ewer slipping it in, smashing it out. Beautiful stuff. So Homescaling at the moment sitting in 7th. Jokers, who's just pitted, is in 8th. and Jimbo in 9th, and he's driving for fun today after that spin, I think, as Homesick Alien tries to get the move done on Ensign Hewitt, and that is a real position. That's a move. That'll be Homesick moving up into net 3rd when everything shakes out. Skyjacker then, he's on the Vapors, he's at the end of it, he's on the dregs of his tank, as is Noxie. Bandit still with a good 12.5% fuel on board, with Bazza now down to about 7%, and Matt Psycho out there just heading towards 75%. It's probably on about 78%. It's annoying that. I hope I don't pick that up. So they all pit. Bandit some way behind, 11 seconds behind Noxie. And will he pick up the lead? It looks like he will. It doesn't look like he's getting affected. His lap times are still pretty good. Bazza brings his in. So Matt Psycho will go up into 2nd place with Bandit. He's not got enough fuel to get halfway though, has he? I think he's going for a long first stint and maybe 2 shorter second stints. Second and third stints. And there you go, Skyjacker is out, so Matt Psycho didn't quite get up into 2nd, but he's definitely a lot closer to Skyjacker. They were nearly 4 seconds apart, and now it's 1.8 seconds, and Matt Psycho is driving that Ferrari like a demon, a man possessed. Homesick Alien then, he got the jump done on Ensign only just though, come out of the pits behind him, had to get the move done on track. He's got the super softs on, Ensign's on the softs, and Homesick Alien no closer to Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is destroying it today. What's that flag for? No one getting blue flags, is there? A checkered flag dude out or something? What the hell's he doing, waving his flag around? Saw a dude waving a flag, and now I'm annoyed because I want to see him again. I don't know where he's gone. No, I'm just going crazy. Heaven's sakes. Bandit then is leading this race, but he's going to be in the pits at the end of this lap. That fuel is ever decreasing, with Skyjacker on track ahead of Matt Psycho, 1.7 seconds. And Matt Psycho's on the super soft tyres, and so is Skyjacker. And it's a duel. It's all fair in love and war. Homesick Alien in 4th place ahead of Ensign Hewitt, and Noxie, after his pit stop, is in the fight here for at least up to 4th. I think maybe podiums. Well, no, after Bandit's pit stop, they'll all shuffle up one, won't they? Where will Bandit come out? He was fighting with Jokus, wasn't he? So it's around about Joker's time. We're looking for Signore Bandit Turtlet as they make their way around, and Joker's then getting to that hairpin, and it looks like he's got the move done. I can't remember if he was ahead of Bandit. He might have been already ahead of Bandit. Jim also getting, the one stop is painful. It's not going to be a one stop. He's short filled it, and he's gone to the bottom of the pile, but he's got plenty of fuel and some lovely super soft tyres, so he can attack at least the Baz and Jim, who are ahead of him. Skyjacker then in the lead of this race, but he's lost another half a second to Matt Psycho. Homesick Alien can't pull away from the Honda. The Honda looking good on the streets of Tokyo. Noxie, he's trying to catch him. He needs to be in that battle. He needs to be with them. And they'll be towing each other along. And lovely. Well, Homesick will be towing Ensign Hewitt along. Lovely. Joker some 6 seconds behind his teammates. Just gone faster than he's gone in this race so far with a 57.8. Next to Noxie's 57.6, only 0.2 off of his informed teammate at the moment. Noxie absolutely destroying it on a Friday night with the Sir Sterling Moss shield, or the SSMS. Skyjacker. 56.6. What can he do? What can he do? They've got another pit stop to do. We're not quite halfway, and I thought Matt Psycho was going in then. He looked like a strange line. Matt Psycho was taking, but yeah, we're just about getting to halfway in the race. We've got to evaluate our options here, haven't we? Because the Ferrari is unbeatable, it seems. There's not much. It's applying to the laws of physics and then destroying them, taking those rules and throwing them out the window. 56.2 for Matt Psycho. Homesick Alien now has pulled a little bit away from Ensign Ewart, and it must be down to pure speed because it doesn't look like Noxie's closed in on Ensign Ewart any. So Homesick Alien must have found... Oh, Homesick Alien at 56.041. And now it's going to get interesting. Can Matt Psycho 56.1, but he's catching up Skyjacker, who he's probably trying to manage his car a little bit in between the two pit stops. He's probably just trying to keep it within, you know, usable fuel and such what. And Matt Psycho cares not of that. He just wants to race. He wants to get in the lead and get a double. He wants to get a double winnow. Homesick Alien then, fastest man on track, in third place with Ensign Ewart. Just saw him disappear. It was like instantly. Noxie has gained on Ensign by about a second. And it's getting tidy. Jim has got past. What's going off? Did something just happen there? Did I just miss something spectacular? So Jokus is ahead of the Jimbo, and he just brakes very late. Oof. Takes a big chunk of the barrier, and Joker's just having a lapse in concentration. And Jimbo on a massive comeback here. He's loving it. He's coming. He's come all over Baz's back and Bandits and Jokers's. So Jimbo on a great drive. Oh, we missed it. I don't think I can get it again. Let me see. So here we go. It was out of the hairpin. Matt Psycho's favourite stomping ground today. That's where he's done most of his kills. And Matt Psycho takes the lead of the race. Superb stuff. Skyjacker down in second. And Matt Psycho on fire. Homesick Alien, he's coming to get you. He's suddenly found the party mode in that car. That poor dude's got to stand there with a checkered flag for 40 minutes. Go in, have a cup of coffee or something, mate. You're not needed for another 17 and a half minutes. You have to stand there like a pleb in the box with your flag. So Ensign Ewart, 3.6 seconds behind, and Noxie is absolutely destroying. Look at that, 56.5 from the Noxter. Half a second off the Aliens, not the Homesick, yeah, off the Aliens' time. In both meanings, like an alien driver's time and Homesick Alien's time. So on board with Noxter, and he's looking at Ensign. And ironically, it's these two that are having the ding-dong on a Friday night in the SSMS. Oh, and Ensign's just taken a huge bit of barrier there, and that, no matter what, is going to slow you down. And Noxie now 3/10, and he's getting ready to make the kill. He's on his haunches, ready to leap, and there he goes, and he's taken him down. Oh my God, no playing with the food there. He just went in for the kill, and it made no meal of it whatsoever. He just went. Brutal, absolute brutal. A little bit like when Matt Psycho overtook him in the first race. Ensign Ewart into the pits then. He's come in. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel left. His tyres, well, they're probably not that great. And that another position for Jim, but Jim's got to come in as well. He slings it into the pits. My word. He rubbed up against those pillars, those big concrete pillars. And there's the Baz, then moves up into fifth place. And Jokus, who we saw having a spin just now, it's given Barry Twins the position as well. It has to be said. Because Bazza was behind Jokus. So the Barry, the Bazza, getting ahead of Jokers. And Jokers must be screwing. He knows he's got the car with the speed. He's got everything at his fingertips to get a good position out of that car, but it's just not coming together for him at the moment. Beautiful lap times, nice and consistent. Just it's not happening today. And Matt Psycho has not shaken off Skyjacker. And Skyjacker, I think he was managing his car, you know. I think he wants to sit behind the Ferrari. Oh, he doesn't want to do that though. But possibly he's picked his pace up, and now he's getting a lovely tow. If he feels he's faster, I've known Skyjacker before. He plays with his food. I've known him to slip back when he feels like he's got a performance advantage. Then he will sit behind, and it's definitely something's happening there. Is it Matt Psycho's tyres starting to go away from him? And Skyjacker going the long way round, and Matt Psycho's back end stepping out very much like his teammates. He gathers it up, but Skyjacker retakes the lead, and now Matt Psycho down into second place, and this race is not done at all, and not even close. But the pace of these two up ahead means that Homesick Alien cannot close that gap. In fact, it's chasmed. It's got bigger. Noxie then 4.2 seconds behind the Alien, and at the moment I'd say going faster than the Alien. So Homesick Alien, he's got to watch himself, but maybe him again, like Skyjacker, is trying to save a bit of fuel mid-race as Matt Psycho comes through again into the lead. And these two are having an absolute ding-dong. A wham-bam, shamalam, chala-cha-cha-cha. Ding-dong, ding-a-ding-a-dang. Oh, yeah. We go together like... And Joker's into the pits then. Jim moving back up like the M people. And Skyjacker in the lead again. I apologise. But Matt Psycho, he's all out of options. He's got one option left, and he's got a pit. Skyjacker still a quarter of a tank on board, feeling fat on the land, and happy with all that fuel on board. As Matt Psycho, he's now going to have to pit that car for the final 13 minutes of this race. Homesick Alien, can he get anything out of this? So he's got a pit as well. So Noxie, Skyjacker did go deep in this race. Noxie also having to pit at the end of this one. Bazza went deep as well. I thought it cost him, but he seems to have come back all right. Bandit as well. There goes the Skyjacker's pitted as well. Means less standing time for Skyjacker. Matt Psycho probably has to put more fuel in than Skyjacker has to. Homesick Alien also bringing it in, as did Noxie. And the Baz, what's he going to do? He's got 9 seconds on the Bandit. Ensign Ewart, they've recently pitted, but is that going to go all the way till the end? Yeah, it's going to go to the end, sorry. So Jokus, Ensign Ewart, they've done their final stops. They're on their way. Looks like you need a good amount of fuel to get to the end. And Bandit and just Bandit, it's not going to be enough for him. Where is he? He's gone to the top, has he? And Skyjacker out, Bandit, and then Matt Psycho. That has not worked out for Matt Psycho whatsoever. And Skyjacker just pulled his pants down and showed him the whole of the moon. And Matt Psycho must feel like he doesn't know what's hit him. Not knowing probably how much fuel. He did know Skyjacker pitted late, so he probably could have guesstimated that Skyjacker still had fuel on board. But Bandit coming into play as well. That. What are you waving your flag at? I'm telling you, there's someone on there waving their flag for no reason. There's no blue flags, no yellow flags. I don't know what he's waving his flag at. Showing someone the black flag. Someone's been penalised. So Skyjacker 2 seconds ahead of Bandit, who's 1.3 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. And now it's just an 11-minute sprint all the way to that loon that keeps waving that black flag. Homesick Alien in fourth, 9 seconds off of the podium. And it looks like the Noxie problem isn't a problem anymore. Ensign Ewart slipping down, 6th place, pole sitter in this race. Held in there for second for the longest time, but somewhere along the line it's all slipped away. Oh, we saw him have a bit of an off, didn't we? The Bazza, we assume, had an off as well. Jimbo we saw having an off, and Jocus we saw having an off. There's Skyjacker not putting a foot wrong yet. Bandit also not really putting a foot wrong, but he's on an interesting strategy. I don't think he can get that car all the way to the end. He's still going to have to pit. And Matt Psycho then gets the move done on Bandit, who brings it in. He's going to bring it in for the last 10 minutes. And who's it? Homesick will get by, Noxie will get by, Ensign, maybe, Bazza, Jim, I'm not sure. Do you know what? I don't know where Bandit's going to come out. Interesting. He hasn't got to put as much, he's got to put a bit of fuel in. He's going to be stood still for a little bit. But Skyjacker leads the way ahead of Matt Psycho, 3.2 seconds, 9.5 minutes. Now, we saw Matt Psycho destroy Noxie in race 1. And is he going to do the same to the Nissan? In the last stint, he did catch up the Nissan rather swiftly. So, we know he's got the pace. The problem is, if he pushes too hard early doors, he's going to burn his tyres, and then he won't have much grip to fight Skyjacker. Skyjacker at the moment in the plum seat. He's loving it. He can control this one. Keep that gap between himself and Matt Psycho as even as he can. 3 seconds. It's a lovely little breathing area. Get away with a small mistake, but you won't want to. And Matt Psycho, he's the man who's got to really push and get aggressive with his car. Use his tyres up a little more than he probably would like to. Homesick Alien, 9.5 seconds adrift of those boys now. And Homesick Alien, he's not going to lose the lead of the championship, but it's going to be a tough one when the drop scores come in. Noxie, 4.6 seconds, 57.7, but they're out laps, 57.4. So the Alien a little bit faster than Noxie at this point in the race. Ensign Ewart, 8 seconds adrift of Noxie, 7.6 seconds ahead of the Baz. The Baz, he's 3.6 seconds ahead of Jim. That's an interesting battle, you see, because they're in a constructors. Right, before this round, Toyota were at the top of the championship on 242 points. Nissan were in second on 206 points, so this will be great, because it's the bottom car, and that'll be Homesick Alien, who's in third, get a whole heap of points where Toyota aren't scoring. And I don't think there's any drop scores in the constructors. So that's going to help Nissan a lot. Porsche in third on 186 points, with Ferrari in fourth on 183 points. So this little battle between Jim and the Baz is all important, and Jim has to get ahead of the Porsche, because the Porsche, I think, took third last round, and the Ferrari's got to come back at him. And then, so Ferrari on 183, Honda in fifth on 149, with Mercedes in sixth on 142. And at the moment, Ensign Ewart scoring well for Honda against the Mercedes and the BMW. So Honda extending their lead away from Mercedes, BMW and McLaren. Skyjacker, 2.3 seconds. See it starting to drop. 6.5 minutes of racing time ahead of us. Homesick Alien now even further, drops another second on Matt Psycho. Noxie, 5 seconds. He can't gain time on the Alien. 56.6 from the Alien last time around. Noxie a 57.5. I think Noxie's driving for that fourth place. And I tell you what, Noxie, did I just briefly go over Noxie in the championship? Because he's scored well this season. He's sitting in seventh behind Barry Twins, which is a surprise. But he missed a round, you see. So when the drop rounds come in, he's going to gain big on Bazza. He's only 7 points behind him as it is. So Noxie will be looking to move up to 6th or 5th in the championship. consistent as hell this season. He's had a win, has he? He won the Alsace feature race, did he? I didn't think he had. Can't have done. I don't know. It's gold. Yeah, Noxie must have won Alsace, so I'll take it back that Noxie hasn't had a win this season. He has. He won Alsace. No, because Guesty won it, because he's on 31 points. I don't know why he's blue. I don't understand the colour code on this table. I'll have to ask him. There's no colour code next to it, so I don't get what the colour code is. But he's got gold, 28. Noxie's got 31. Oh, I mean Guesty. Maybe Guesty got all the fastest laps in pole. But Noxie won. I can't remember that far back. Anyway, Skyjacker nearly 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, and Matt Psycho really is. He's just got the fastest lap with a 55.9, and this is absolutely tense, the tensest it could possibly be. And Mama Sykes in the chat saying, Blow missed Matt's text telling us race was on. Oh, Mama, I'm so sorry, man. Mom. Yeah, he said to me in Discord, he said you've not been able to see one for a while, so he was like all excited. Just tell him you watched it. He won the first race, and he's had an absolute blinder in this race. Just tell him you watched it. Skyjacker. I was going to say lying to your kids is wrong, but Jesus, well, I've just spent like 11 years telling them that Santa's real. This is the first year we don't have to. Oh, Santa is real. So, yeah. Don't worry about it. Skyjacker is leading this race 1.3 seconds with Matt Psycho in second, with Homesick Alien 11.6 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Noxie 5.7 seconds behind Homesick Alien, with Ensign Newer in fifth ahead of the Bazza, who is all importantly ahead of the Ferrari of Jim. That's the battle, Bazza and the Jim. Knox is going to move ahead of Barry Twins, I reckon, in this championship, though. They're, what, 7 points apart. So, Noxie. And in the chat, hi guys. I would love to take part in one of your championships. Fair and quick drivers, all there. HKRT, Kevin77. Hi, Kevin. Yeah, we've got a Discord. It's all in the about stuff. We don't exclude anyone. Everyone's welcome. So Skyjacker then, leading this race half a second ahead of Matt Psycho's clawing it in, isn't he? Matt Psycho, oh, Skyjacker, how long we got? 2 minutes left of racing. And Skyjacker, he's clinging on. He's clinging on. His tyre wear is a bit worse than the Ferrari, and the Ferrari now is ready. It's primed. He's oiled that goose, and he's ready to slam it in the oven. And Matt Psycho just waiting for his moment to leap ahead of the Nissan for a double Ferrari win. It was Ferrari, I said, had his first win. And they're both clinging on around, and they're both going to have to do another lap easily. And can Skyjacker hang on for one more lap ahead of Matt Psycho? And Matt Psycho forcing himself upon Skyjacker to try and claim the win. Homesick Alien in third. I have to keep going back to have a quick look. We will try and go through the grid. And they're nearly side by side, but I think Skyjacker's got the better... No, Matt Psycho's got the inside line now, and he's going for the lead. Skyjacker trying to cling on there, but it's impossible at this point with those tyres. And Matt Psycho goes into the lead to look for a double win today, and we'll have a quick look through then. Skyjacker in second, still all up. It's still one lap to go. We're still on the final lap, sorry. And there's still plenty of chances for Skyjacker to try and grab it back. And he's there, clinging on. as Homesick Alien in third, Noxie's in fourth, Ensign New in fifth, and nearly no room. He's got over it on the inside, and Skyjacker, there's tears, and Skyjacker tried to pull something off, and he couldn't quite get it, and he's coming back though. He's redressed, and oh my gosh, what's going on? Skyjacker is in Desperado Town. He's trying anything he can, and Matt Psycho then whips on through, a little ruffled, and Skyjacker was not messing around. He's still not messing around. He's giving it his all. He's trying everything against the Ferrari. He wanted that win, and Matt Psycho, for the second time today, stomps all over someone's dreams and aspirations for his own selfish needs. There you go, Matt. Brilliant stuff. Great win. And Skyjacker in second, with Homesick Alien needing as many points as he possibly can. Grabs himself a podium. Take a boo, my son. Noxie bringing it home for fourth. Great drive for Noxie. And then Ensign Newitt managing to cling on to that fifth just about, because the Bazza is all up on his haunches and ready to jump. And Ensign, though, clinging on. There is a bit of a gap between them, but you've got to make it somewhat exciting, don't you? Ensign Newitt then comes over the line for fifth place. Great points. Bazza in sixth, ahead of the Ferrari. The Ferrari's in trouble from Bandit. The Ferrari's in trouble, and Bandit got it on the line. I think Jim just virtually out of fuel, and Jokers comes home in the final position. And Bandit from nowhere, look at that. A maniac on the line, 0.010 seconds between them. But Matt Psycho is the man today. Double win A. Superb stuff. Oh, Kevin, you're fast. Yeah, I remember you from Team V Team with Black Flag. Dude, you are one speedy mofo. But, you know, all fair. That's what makes us better. The faster the people in, the faster we will go. Skyjacker said was a silly idea by me then. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to, you know. Racing's racing. Matt Psycho saying, thanks for the redress, Sky, and a great race. He loved it. Skyjacker, he got a buzz off it. Yeah, Kevin, all is welcome, man. I think if you look in our About, there's a Discord in the About in YouTube. Sorry. There's a Discord thing. I don't know what many championships are going off at the moment, but it's the new year, new game. So there'll be plenty of championships kicking off in January on GT7. I don't know what's planned for the rest of this season, though. It's all a bit quiet at the moment. Tuesdays, I think, are just going to be one-offs, probably GT7 games. And Friday nights, one-off races. So, yeah, get yourself in Discord, my little fella. My very fast friend. It's all good. So, race results. Sorry, I got all carried away. I'm shilling here. I'm trying to sell us. So, Matt Psycho takes a double win today in the Ferrari, and I bet he cannot be happier. I bet he's skipping down the pit lane, doing a little boogie. Matt Leclerc. And Skyjacker tried everything. Tried it all to keep the lead, but in the end, he was bested by the Ferrari. So Skyjacker comes home in second for the Nissan, with Homesick Alien, the championship leader, in third for the final podium. Noxie continues his great run in the BMW for fourth place. That's a second and a fourth for Noxie today. Beautiful stuff. Ensign Newitt is a great drive in that Honda. Getting fifth place. He can't slag it. We can't hear you faulting the Honda for the whole week now. You've got to ease off that NSX for a couple of days, because she got you home in fifth. Bazza in sixth in the Porsche, and all importantly, he's ahead of that Ferrari to maintain Porsche's third place. He's racing for Liam now. We all remember in memorial for Liam. It was a tragedy that happened to him. abusing himself, and he sprained his wrist. And now he can't race anymore. So our hearts go out to you. Sometimes, man, you just got to go. You got to love yourself a little softer than that. I know. It's good to get a rigorous one in, but sometimes it's just not worth it. Be tender. Where was I? Barry Twins in 6th. So Bandit in 7th. And Jim coming home in 8th. He'll be disappointed with that, I reckon. But great drive, great racing we see from Jimbo. It was that one corner, Jimbo. And what can you do? You're in a pack. It's difficult. Don't pay no heed to it. Don't give it no more thought. And Joker's coming home in 9th place, which I imagine he's probably not too impressed with. But what can you do, man? Racing's racing. It's a shame, but everyone did a gallant effort out there. Matt Psycho got your fastest lap with a 1:55.950. And in the chat then, we have Kevin again saying spectacular race. Bravo, guys. Oh, thanks, Kev. And Pat saying, I think the gold 28 on the table is a mistake. I have Liam and Homesick as winners for the Alsace race. Oh, thank you, Pat. Pat chat. And a little bit of Patastat. Stato Pat. Sorry, I got that one wrong. Oh, Stato Pat. Pat chat. Signore Psycho saying, geez, I'm sweating. And he's also saying, great race, Sky. Brave at the end. He gave it some, didn't he? He gave it some big balls. And, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Well, that was glorious. I believe, I don't know, depending on what football match is on, Skyjacker should be back with you Friday evening live with the SSM. But again, if there's a better football match on telly than his boys racing, then he'll be more interested in that. And what else is there to tell you? Like I said, Tuesday, I'm not sure. I reckon someone will just open a lobby and we'll have a bit of a blast or something. Maybe, possibly. There might not be anything. Who knows? It's December, so you know what that means? Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming. Drink Coca-Cola. Drink plenty of Coca-Cola over the festive season. That is really what Christmas is about. They paid for Santa to be red when he was green. So I've got so many pieces of paper and I'm trying a pad while I'm looking. And I could just try and make something up. Okay, I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Stacey Recht. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Please join us again for more wonderful racing, which will be happening Friday evening with our good friend, Yjacker. I think that's everything. Peace and love. Oh, man, I haven't given it any thought. Give me a second. Oh, bugger. Oh, no. I want a blank at the end of this. Peace and love. My mom always said life's like a box of chocolates. You never gonna know what you gonna get.